Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. Must say apologies for not having a video out last week. It's been a couple of weeks again. I think I did promise a video in between Christmas and New Year, but I'm glad to say we're finally nearly all moved in and set now. There's still one or two boxes about, but yeah, things are going to get a bit more consistent now. We're settling in nicely. As you can see, no office yet, still filming in the corner of the living room, but we're getting there. So hopefully going forward now should be consistently a video every Friday, all being well. But yeah, without further ado, Happy New Year to you all. And here's to 2024 and lots more super duper photography to go at. But yeah, half the football season gone. Second half to look forward to. So yeah, as I said before, during Christmas, shooting for Shutterstock and Every Second Media now. So yeah, it's going really well and really looking forward to this year. And hopefully, once football season finishes, we've got probably, what, 2 or 3 month gap between pre-season friendlies start again. So hopefully I should better pick up a bit of cricket and some athletics and bits and bobs and keep my eye in and keep the videos coming all year now. So that's the plan anyway, every Friday, all being well. There's a promise. But yeah, Happy New Year to everyone. And it's been good to keep in touch with you all on Facebook over Christmas and that, and seeing what you get up to. And don't forget, if you're not on Photography Chat yet, come and join us and show us some of your work. Doesn't have to be sport, it can be landscapes or anything. It's good to have a nice mix on there. It is quite sport heavy, but I think the majority of you guys are sport photographers like myself. That's my main photography anyway, is sport, as you know. So yeah, but keep posting your photographs on Photography Chat. It's great to have a chat on there and discuss certain techniques and methods and whatever. And yeah, come and join us if you haven't yet, Photography Chat on Facebook. But anyway, yeah, since I last made the video, I've done, obviously I said I was going to Barnsley. Then where did I go? Boxing Day was Sheffield United versus Luton. Great game that was, with some big stories in that one. I'll go across that in a minute. Then I went to Hull on the Friday night. That was steady old game, Hull was. Nice to do a night game. And then I did Leicester last New Year's Day, last Monday. So yeah, I've had 4 games. I've got about 120 images here that I'm going to quickly skim through. Talk a bit about the R3. Really impressed with the auto ISO on it. I had a nice celebration, which I'll show you in a minute. And as he ran past me, he ran towards me. The floodlights were right behind him, and the auto ISO, it just corrected the exposure. Absolutely perfect. Never had to use the exposure compensation or anything. So yeah, really impressed with that, and I'll show you in a minute. But still getting to grips with the R3. I keep pointing over there because I'm filming on the R3 at the minute. And it's great for video as well. But yeah, getting there now, getting there slowly, and I will have a dedicated video coming up any time. Now I've got a bit more time on my hands, I'm going to go out there and have a bit of a play with it and sit down on the sofa and have a proper go through it, and then I'll make some points and pinpoints of how I've set it up, and we'll go through it properly. But anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the laptop and check out the sets. Right, Barnsley first then, and a few GVs to show you, because it was quite Barnsley, what they League One. Really nice ground actually, with some wooden seating still, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, this one here just framed the opposite stand with Barnsley FC on it, and I really did make the most of the wooden seating with the programme. Nice to get a picture of the programme before the game, and then it's a wooden floor as well. And with it being a memorial match, Norman Rimington memorial match, I just thought I'd look in the programme and see if there was anything on him, and there was. So thought I'd photograph the pages on the wooden floor. I had some great light, and I was stood with my legs spread wide, so I was letting as much natural light come through my legs as possible, and it almost looks like a bit of a studio scene, this. But yeah, so just nice to get something on Norman Rimington. So just thought I'd photograph that in the programme on the wooden floor, and it quite like this one, quite a picturesque sort of studio scene, if you like. And that's the wooden seating, and I don't think it was used for that game, I can't remember, but nice to see it anyway, nonetheless. And yeah, just a different one here. I just used the the boxes with the reflective glass, just something a bit different for a GV. And this happy chap walking towards the ground, and the whole of the ground is all the old bricks painted red, so that made quite a nice scene. And I absolutely love this one. I did go for a bit of a wider landscape to get all this in, but it was so long and it wasn't all brick. The brick stopped, so I just thought I'd centralise him on these two doors. And yeah, obviously waiting for the turnstiles to open, and I thought that made a nice GV. And he wasn't smiling, he's just looking straight at me. And these two guys, I said, right, I'm just going to get a picture of Barnsley Football Club behind you. Don't look at the lens, just be normal. You're checking the team sheet on your phone. So that made a nice GV. Just a Stevenage team. Just checking out the pitch with obviously Barnsley in the background again. And then straight into the game. I think the majority, there's only one goal my end, which I missed. More about that in a minute. But yeah, all the goals were far end. But I know with that R5 on the 400 that I can pull it in nicely. So yeah, managed to get a nice, just one nice celly. Just like I said before, always stay on the player, and you hopefully get a nice celly. So not the best of cellies, but I got something anyway. But right, here's the goal that I missed. I'm on the 400. I'm collecting stock. This defender, he hoofed the ball. You can see he's not far off the 18-yard line. Look, that's the 18-yard box there. Goal's just here, the 18-yard box. So I photographed him just for stock, and he hoofed it up the pitch. So I thought, crikey, the ball's coming. Went to swap off the 400 onto the 70 to 200. And this lad, what's his name? Can't remember his name now. McAtee. It bounced once in front of him, and he lobbed the keeper. And of course, I was just mid-swap. I don't get caught out by that very often, but I did on this occasion. And yeah, totally missed it. It bounced, half volley, lobbed the keeper from a long way out, and caught us all. I don't think anyone actually got the image. If you did, pop it on the photography chat page. But oh, incidentally, great to meet Matthew Marsden. Good to meet you, mate. And I think Matthew covers all the games there. So yeah, and he filled me in on what I could and couldn't do at Barnsley. So yeah, thanks for that, Matthew. But yeah, I don't know if Matthew, if you got it or not. If you did, put it on the old photography chat page. But yeah, I certainly missed it. I just got the 70 to 200, put the 400 on my shoulder, and boom, he volleyed it. And then got a bit of a celebration, got one of him and his mates running away. And yeah, one celebration there, but I was well cheesed off for missing that. Don't miss many goals, but yeah, just mid-swap. But I know we all get carried out. It's quite a heated game, actually. 1 or 2 fouls. This was Stevenage's second goal. And I think they went in 1-1 at half-time. I'm sure it was 1-1 at half-time. Quite stormy clouds about, so I got the old widey out during the second half and just got a nice general scene of that. It's nice to get the overall view. Bit of argy-bargy. I can't remember what the score was here. I think it was 1-1 at this point. Then 2-1, he scored again, other end of the pitch. So I think it was 2-1. And you guys will correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember now, it was a long time ago. But yeah, a bit of argy-bargy. I think there was a bit of time wasting going on here. And the Barnsley players were taking their time to come off, and he was just getting pushed a bit. And it did make the report afterwards about them time wasting. And yeah, there's Steve Evans in it, just getting a bit cheesed off with the time wasting. And then, because there was a bit of a story coming up, obviously I wanted to get the ref pointing at his watch, so just got that. And then full time and a bit of dejection, and always good, like I've said in the past, don't put your camera down at full time because you never know what you're going to get. And the manager here, Barnsley manager, having a good word with one of his players, so that made a nice way to round off the set. Right, as you can see here, we're on to Sheffield United, Boxing Day. Nice to do a Premier League game actually. But yeah, just starting the set off there with the street sign, Bramall Lane, and then I quite like the red and white stripes on the old the window blinds there, and it's a bit rustic. Look, probably needs a bit of a paint job, but yeah, I spotted Bramall Lane. I thought I'll get a picture of that just to start the set off. And then all the young kids here and all the young fans and that and their dads waiting for the players to arrive. Obviously, just composed it so you can see Sheffield, just something a bit different. Right. Big story this game was. Sam Allison, first black referee for 15 years in the Premier League. So I waited. I quickly went outside and got that frame. Then I wanted to get back in and make sure that I captured him testing the goal line technology with a ball. Obviously through the net, flicked it onto manual focus. I was on the R3 and I've got it so that when I'm on manual focus, I've got the pointers, and as soon as they turn, I'm sure most of you use it when you're on manual focus, but the pointers gradually, as you're altering and correcting the manual focus, they come together and the 2 pointers turn green. So I was manually focusing on him through the net and just hosed him down really. He gave us a nice smile, just testing the goal line technology. Just wanted to get plenty of him, you know, right from the word go as soon as I could. So yeah, plenty of him testing the goal line technology. So yeah, I was happy that I'd got him. Off they went, and yeah, back outside again once I'd captured Sam Allison, just to get a few GVs, and thought this one was quite nice of these three boys, and this old boy making their way round Bramall Lane. Obviously this is the ground here, so they were just making their way round. Back inside the ground again, more of the ref and his two assistants warming up. Nice thumbs up there. He was giving one of the players a thumbs up, and then out they come. Did a bit of warm up, but not bothered about showing you that. And then more of him coming out, grabbing the ball, holding that Premier League ball, and yeah, lining up. I just hosed him down really whenever I could. Nice to get him smiling. As you know, Tom Lockyer, really unfortunate incident at Bournemouth. He collapsed with a heart attack. Rob Edwards has been in the news obviously, so I wanted to try and get a few of him, and managed to get this one. Quite an emotional picture that, and yeah, I got a few of him. Back to Sam Allison again. It was a game of stories, just tossing the coin, and then straight away as soon as kick-off, well, I wanted to try and hose him down and get 2 or 3 nice stock images to send off of him at the start of the game. So just got a few of him and sent them off quick. Nice close-up of the ball there, the Premier League ball. Looks like someone's flicked a load of blue paint on it, doesn't it? But yes, I got that. And keeper made a good save. Free kick, I think it was a Sheffield United free kick. And keeper made a good save, so I was quite lucky to get that on the old R3. As you know, I've got the R3 on the 70-200. More of Sam Allison. Couple of the players. And like I said, that I think this was sort of midway through the pitch. And that R5 is brilliant. You can really crop it in. So nice action shot there. Bit more action. I think he got a yellow for that. Bit of a late challenge. Chris Wilder. Wanted to get plenty of him. New manager, new boss at Sheffield United. So I wanted to get a bit of stock of him. Looking a bit dejected there. I always try and get the managers as much as I can, whether it's dejection, excitement, reaction. Try and get as much of the managers as you can, so you've got a nice set, and then you might have one. You've hopefully got a image of the referee, of the manager, said manager at full time, to go along with the result. So yeah, trying to hose him down a bit. Rob Edwards looking. That could be dejection. It could be reaction. And I quite like these when you're on the manager, and then you get some players running either side of him, and it frames the manager nicely. So yeah, I got one of that. Bit more Rob Edwards, bit of, you could call that reaction, dejection, whatever. Bit more action. And then this one, obviously Sheffield United scored, and I wasn't quite quick enough. The focus points on the crowd, on the fans, but makes quite a nice image anyway. So I think I actually sent that one off and said Sheffield United fans celebrate going ahead, or whatever it was. And yeah, so I kept that one in the end. But yeah, bit of a cheat, that one. But if you can get away with it, use it as fan reaction. So yeah, try not to waste any images like that. Yes, he's soft, but you can still see him, and they sort of frame the fans, if you like. So yeah, and I got 3 or 4 punch in the air, and he's holding his little in there, look. But yeah, so plenty of nice reaction now. I love looking in the crowd and seeing their reaction. But yeah, sent that one off as fan reaction. VAR was called upon, possible foul, so just spun round and took a picture of the digital board, the large screen, sent that one off just as a generic stock image, really. This was actually an own goal. As you guys know, Luton ended up winning the game 3-2, I believe. And I'm sure it was, yeah. And this was an own goal, but I just didn't. I think it was a cross and I was on the cross, and then I was just a little bit late, and I think flicked off Robinson's head, I think, and yeah, I was just a bit late. I think it was a cross, and I just flicked across, but it went over in a flash, flicked off Robinson's head, obviously going in here, and own goal. And yeah, I think there was 2 own goals, 2 Sheffield United own goals. They threw the lead away. It was 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 to Sheffield United. Ended up being 3-2 to Luton. So yeah, more of Sam Allison again. I was pleased that he got his book out. He booked someone quite close to me, so nice of him writing in his book. And then full time, and now there was a really sad story. What's his name? Bloody hell, I can't. Carlton Morris. Yeah, really sad story. He was racially abused by a Sheffield United fan in the crowd. Hate to see it, and just totally by luck, as we would see it here. Let's just flick through to, yeah, while I'm telling you about the story. On the right shoulder of the players' shirts is "No room for racism," and I'd already sent these off, and yeah, 1 or 2 of these were used to go along with the story. It's so sad, and we shouldn't hear it out the crowd, out the fans nowadays, but yeah, he suffered a bit of racial abuse. So and I got Rob Edwards obviously celebrating with him there. So yeah, they went off, and let's just flick back again. Where did we get to? Yeah, so Carlton Morris there just waving to the fans. So yeah, and I turned round. There was a bit of argy-bargy, and I think this was a Luton fan. He got chucked out for over celebrating. So turned round and just got 1 or 2 frames of him being escorted out or lifted out of the ground just before full time, that was. And then yeah, I was straight back to Rob Edwards telling his players, keep your heads, defend tight, and we'll win this game. And then there was one last corner for Sheffield United. What time are we on now? Yeah, look, 4 minutes to 5, so well into extra time. And Chris Wilder told his keeper to go up and join the lads for the corner, but to no avail. Ref blew full time, and just one of the keeper looking quite dejected there. And then yeah, Sheffield United players looking dejected, Luton Town players celebrating, and yeah, a bit more dejection here. I think he actually headbutted. Let's just zoom in on that one. I hadn't even noticed that. Yeah, he must have headbutted the ground. Look, when he fell down, he's got white paint on his face. But yeah, must have headbutted and fallen down on the white line. But yeah, celebration and dejection. 3-2 win to Luton, and then celebrations were fantastic. I was firing away. I got loads to choose from, but I've just chosen a few here. Obviously, Tom Lockyer having the heart attack back at Bournemouth. That unfortunate occurrence, and pleased to say Tom's well on the mend now, luckily. But yeah, they held up his shirt again, which was really nice to see. And yeah, remembering Tom Lockyer. And managed to get that, and yeah, lots of nice celebrations. And then I just honed in on Rob Edwards, and you know, I've seen him celebrate before, and yeah, he was proper celebrating. Look, so yeah, I made the most of that. So yeah, plenty of that. And even as he was walking away, the old Sky cameras close to him, and yeah, so that ended up being 3-2 to Luton. On to Boxing Day, and we're over at Hull, just down the road from me, about half an hour away. So yeah, I'm trying to get through these as quick as I can. Hull makes a really nice oval shape, makes a lovely GV, Hull does. And I wanted to try and make the most of a walkway on the outside of the MKM Stadium. And it was early doors, there was 1 or 2 fans arriving, so just I walked behind these fans and I said, don't look behind you, I'm just going to walk close up to you and try and get a picture. Didn't really work, but yeah, just wanted to get the fans arrive at the ground sort of thing. This one worked quite nicely. One of the players and one of the fans doing a selfie, used his flash on the on his phone, and just got that one nicely. More fans arriving. Just wanted to try and set the scene. In, you know, for an evening match, you can really go to town and get some arty-farty evening game GVs, you know, just the fans arriving, more of the fans arriving there. And then we're into the game, managed to get this close up nicely of a corner, and just of the Nike boot and the EFL ball, Skybet EFL ball there. So I've got a nice close-up of that. Incidentally, I've put on the photography chat page this week's challenge, if you like. Try and get some sort of close-up, whether it's anything to do with sport, football, something like this, or something else. And I'll try and set a bit of a challenge every week to change the header on a regular basis now. So yeah, this week's theme, if you haven't seen the photography chat page, is close-ups, and then post them on there, and we'll change the banner to one that we like the best. But yeah, so now incidentally, Hull scored. This is actually through the net, and what I did, obviously, to bring the player out more and try and reduce the amount of net that you could see, I added lots of contrast, lots of clarity, took the shadows down, and it really brought the player out and lost a bit of the net. And I think this was in the Hull Daily Mail, I think, this celebration. So yeah, you can obviously see the net here, but you can see the player clear enough, and he was sharp enough. Again, I was on manual focus. I quickly flicked it to manual focus and just focused on the player through the net, and yeah, that worked out quite well. A lot of clarity, a lot of contrast, and you lose the net a bit. And yeah, this was the first goal. This is the goal I'm on about, on the R3. The ball is behind him here, but I sent it off anyway because that's the only shot I got of him kicking the ball. Now he's running towards me, and you can see it's getting brighter in this area here. It's getting brighter, and then in come the floodlights. Now on my 1DX, he would have gone dark, and it can't. Oh, the old 1DX struggled a bit, and I'm always ready on the old exposure compensation. But here, the R3 did its job. I mean, you can't get more backlit than that, yet it's still overcompensated, and perfect, absolutely perfect. And yeah, loving the R3 and the auto ISO on that. I don't know if you all shoot in auto ISO. I do, and have it set to auto to exposure composition, and I hold the set button and then turn the top scroll wheel to adjust the compensation for myself, all manual. But yeah, the auto ISO worked perfectly here. So as he's running past, auto ISO kicked in, and again there, and yeah, he wasn't dark, didn't have to alter anything. This is straight off the camera almost, and just a few tweaks, but yeah, certainly no exposure and no shadows to take out. So yeah, really chuffed with the auto ISO on the R3 with them. And yeah, then Blackburn scored again, far end, but I'm confident with the R5. Could pull it in, got a bit of a selly. Into the second half, number 5 scored for Hull, and again, lovely pull, and I know that I can pull that right in. Look, let's have a look how sharp he is. Let's go in again, if we dare. Look at that, still nice and sharp, and that is a huge pull. And yeah, I know that I can get away with the old R5 now. And oh, talking of R5 and pulling, John Mallet, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. You bought that R5 yet? I bumped into John at, where was I? The last game I was at, Leicester. And yeah, bumped into John at Leicester, and he told me off. He said, my missus isn't very happy with you, my wife's not very happy with you. Because after seeing my last video and singing the R5's praises at just how much you can pull right in and have the confidence with my stock photography, he's obviously thinking, John does a lot of cricket, and he's thinking about an R5 for the pull and the crop factor with the 45 megapixel sensor, and I think he mentioned it to his wife, and she wasn't best pleased that he's going to spend some money on an R5. But yeah, keep that one quiet, eh, John? But good luck in getting your R5 and getting away with it. But yeah, and as you can see here, stayed on the goal scorer, and yeah, was able to pull right in, and still nice and sharp. One of the ref, just tried to get as many as a ref as I can. And now then, there was a red card. I was ready for it. It was his second yellow. He'd already showed the yellow. And I sent this frame off before the referee's arm is fully extended, because he just twisted the red card a bit, and you could hardly see it. And there's nothing worse than a red card or a yellow card, and the ref's holding it at such an angle to yourself that you can't see it. So yeah, I sent that one, just so that you can see the red card a bit more, and then that one. But yeah, got that, and off he went. And it was getting a bit argy-bargy. Another foul here. Again, that's quite far over the other side of the pitch, but nice and cropped, and still kept the detail with the R5 there. Now then, I've started going for pan blurs again. Always try and get one. I like this. What's this at? This is at 30th, F11. On the second set, I've got that on my AE lock button on the safe shift settings. So second set of settings, I've been through it before. Quickly hit that, pan and try and get a pan blur and then off it. His head's nice and sharp, but his legs aren't really... It's all right. The ball's nice and blurred and the background's nice and blurred in the grass, but his head's nice and sharp. Good pan, but he's not really sprinting enough. But just thought I'd show you that. We're halfway there. But I quite like this. After the captain was sent off with that red card, he got given the captain's armband, and his arms are full of tattoos and just a nice picturesque. A lot of footballers, and I do try and zoom in on legs and that with tattoos because they make quite a nice frame. But yeah, just a bit of reaction there. He's wearing the armband, the captain's armband, and showing us his tattoos. So yeah, nice frame that. And then just a nice tight one of the captain's armband there on one of the Hull players. And then yeah, full time, Hull win, Liam Rosenior, nice celebration. And yeah, just another nice way to end the set. And I was lucky that he came our end, but yeah. Anyway, where are we now? Leicester, King Power. Sam Allison's refereeing again, so yeah, went to town with him again. I think he was laughing because he recognised me from the other game, but the Sheffield United game, and yeah, I had a bit of banter with him saying, sorry, I'm photographing you again, but yeah. And obviously composed his head through one of the net squares, and just one or two of him. On manual focus again, using them pointers, as soon as they go green, you know that he's nice and sharp, losing as much of the net as I can, and yeah, just a couple of him there. Bit of reaction from the Huddersfield manager, Darren Moore, isn't it? Darren Moore. Yeah, Darren Moore, bit of reaction there of him. And obviously Leicester absolutely flying, top of the championship. Huddersfield, I think, holding the championship table up. So I knew it was going to be a bit of a trance, and so I just managed to get some sort of reaction from Darren Moore early in the game. Bit of action. Obviously a bit more of Sam Allison refereeing. Now then, on the R5, a good setting that I've got, and on the R3 I think, you can, when you go into portrait, you can set it so that your focus point automatically jumps up to the top of the portrait, jumps up to the side of the frame if you like, the right side of the frame. And yeah, so I'm quite confident now when I flick it round for a portrait shot that my focus point goes from centre to wherever I've set it. So if you didn't know that, and it's really handy on the R3, and especially on the R5 as well, when a player's running towards me, and instead of swapping to the R3, I'll go into portrait. I've said it in the past, to fill the frame a bit more for another 10 frames or so of a stock image, and my focus point automatically jumps up to the right hand side of the frame, if you like, so that when it's in portrait, it's to the player's head. So yeah, that's why I put that one in, just to remind me to tell you that. And but again, I'll go through the settings on the R3. Nice celebration, and yeah, it comes up nice. And I tell you what, I struggled a bit with the rain, but I'll go into that in a bit more detail in a minute. It kept focusing on raindrops, which was something that I've not really suffered before with the 1DX. But yeah, as the rain got heavier and I was doing shooting the managers, they kept coming back a bit soft, and it was focusing on the rain. So yeah, but because I was rushing about a bit and trying to keep on play, I never put it into manual focus, but it's just something to remember for myself really. But yeah, it was 4-1 in the end. But now then, this is where I struggled with the rain. He's just scored, second goal I think. I think it was his second goal of the match. He's just been signed, I think, from Everton. So Canon, yeah, number 28. Second goal. Now then, I'm on him here. I'm panning, and he goes a bit soft. Look, his legs are still quite sharp, but his head is a bit soft. And I think it's just focused on one or two raindrops, weirdly. And then he lands on the ground again, goes nice and sharp. So whether or not it's because of the darker areas, and it's picking up the raindrops, I'm not sure. But as soon as he landed on his feet, lovely and sharp again. But anyway, yeah, nice celly. This was a goal that he missed, a shot that he missed. He just didn't get his toe on the end of it, and I've just got him there nicely. Nice frame, actually. And yeah, that would have been his hat-trick, so... sent that one off because it was quite a story that first time he'd started, I think, and yeah, missed his hat trick. But and then this was 4-1, I think, and he clattered the corner flag and got that nicely, so that made a nice celebration. And luckily he stayed nice and sharp. but yeah, nice celly. And I'm not keen on backs. I've said in the past I'm not keen on backs, but with him scoring the 4th goal, I sent this one up just to, you can see his name, see number 10 pointing to the sky. Thought I'd send it off. I'm not keen on backs. And then yeah, full time. Got the manager coming around and having a joke with the players, and just a nice way to finish off the set. And then yeah, thumbs up from the manager. And that's it. A long old video this, but anyway, if you're out tomorrow, have a good game. Where am I tomorrow? Mansfield tomorrow. Mansfield versus Crewe, and then the following weekend I'm at Crewe. But yeah, so Mansfield Crewe, top of the League 2 table clash, so should be a good game. And I'm looking forward to going to Mansfield. Not been there before, and it's quite an old ground, so yeah, should be plenty of nice old-fashioned type arty-farty GVs to go at, hopefully. But yeah, if you're out this weekend, have a good game, or if you're out landscaping, do get in touch on Photography Chat, send in your images, and for anyone who wants to try and make the banner on the Photography Chat page, close-ups is the key image to try and get this weekend, and look forward to seeing your stuff. But yeah, bit of a long-winded one that, and job's a good one. Phew, four games in one go. But have a great weekend, guys. Thanks ever so much for watching. Do comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and we'll catch up next week. Take care. Catch up soon.